if you hadn't heard, the sheriff is back in town. Big Papa Iger is back and in control over at Disney. And with it, maybe bringing some changes along with things. Here's what I mean. You guys know that one of the biggest struggles for Marvel over the past couple of decades has been the fight for them to get back the rights to their properties. Because during a very dark time in Marvel's past, they had financial struggles, they were on the brink of bankruptcy several times, and they were selling off character rights left, right, and center. And then the last number of years has been a long process of trying to somehow claw and get those character rights back. They still haven't been able to do it with Spider-Man, although they got an interesting deal with Sony. They still haven't been able to do it in its totality with Hulk or Namor, but that's been a priority to them. And when they were launching Disney Plus, we all said, including me said, well, they will never license out their content again because now they got Disney Plus. This is going to be the home for where they do things. Well, maybe not. Bob Iger causing some surprises and just making some heads turn because he was talking about now in a recent investors call that they are indeed going to be opening to licensing out their content to other streamers and other broadcasters. This is specifically what he said. Iger noted that having exclusivity to many tentpoles drove early demand for Disney Plus, which reached 100 million subscribers just 16 months after its November 2019 relaunch. We're proud of our track record, though we recognize we have challenges ahead of us, namely to get to profitability. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big goal right there.
Do companies
Iger said,
to make money?
Really?
Oh.
We're not looking to license our core Marvel, Disney, Pixar, or Star Wars product to third parties. We will consider, on occasion, licensing other product to third parties. Let me read that last part again. We're not going to license out Marvel because we just spent decades trying to get everything back. We're not going to license out our Disney characters. We're not going to license out Pixar. So don't expect to see, Toy Story 5, The Dark Days on HBO Max. And we're not going to license out Star Wars. So you're not going to see the Adventures of Babu Freak on Peacock.
Damn it.
So that ain't coming. So those things safe. But in a real change of messaging over the last couple of years, he's now saying we're opening to putting out some of our stuff that doesn't fall into those categories onto third parties. Okay, what could that stuff be? The biggest thing that jumps to my mind that did not fall under any of those categories is Indiana Jones. Could it be possible that once Indy 5 is done and Harrison Ford has been very clear he's done after Indy 5. That's it. What do you say? You can't beat me up anymore or something like that. He was very, very clear. He's done. I wonder if after Indy 5 is done and some network, let's say Paramount Plus, formerly the home of Indiana Jones, not Paramount Plus, but Paramount.
Yeah.
What if a Paramount Plus said, hey, listen, if you guys make an Indiana Jones TV series with a new, younger Indiana Jones, hey, listen, we will pay you top dollar for Paramount Plus to be the streaming home of that Indiana Jones series. So either Disney can still produce the content and then license it out, or they can just license out the rights and Paramount can make it themselves. I don't know. But then there's a lot of other properties and product. Maybe, they've just got so many creative ideas and they don't really think it fits into some place on their current strategy. Maybe they've got show ideas or movie ideas that they think, you know what? These are really great, but I don't think they fit on Disney Plus or whatever. You can still make money and license them out. I don't know exactly what is left after you take out Disney characters, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. Maybe Nat Geo content. I don't know. But anyway, Chris, you hear about this. What do you think about Iger kind of signaling a little bit of a change of philosophy for them, saying we're open to some of our IP being licensed out elsewhere? And what IP do you think that could be? What do you make of this?
Well, first of all, this was a big kick in the door, daddy's home kind of thing, because this is his first shareholder meeting since coming back.
Right.
So he's talking about licensing out IP. He clapped back at DeSantis. He made a lot of announcements for the live action stuff. So this was a big, bold kind of shareholder meeting. We are forgetting about one of the most important Disney princesses, nay, queens, Alien.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Alien and Predator, they can do some weird stuff with that elsewhere because that might not go into Bob Iger's family-friendly kind of idea of what Disney is, right?
Especially if they do end up selling Hulu. Because that's where Prey ended up on.
Yep.
If they do, there'll been a lot of whispers that he's looking to spin off Hulu and sell it off. And if it does, maybe that content needs a home.
Exactly. It's already kind of prepackaged in there. And I think that makes sense, both for the kind of content they want to be making and just because that IP is very, very valuable. People love those franchises. And Prey did so phenomenally well that I think that's one that you can sell off. Because otherwise, you are kind of looking at, those things, indie, Avatar, but James Cameron's really, really booked up. And I don't know if we're going to have any TV series or anything like that going to an HBO or something of that nature. Because most of the properties they talked about that are their bread and butter are those things listed, right? They're not going to be licensing out Mickey. We're not going to have Mickey and Minnie doing like home renovations with Chip and Joanna Gaines.
I would watch that show.
I would watch the shit out
Don't
of it.
judge me.
Oh my gosh. Just, oh boy, shiplap. It'd be great. It'd be amazing. But I think those are kind of, we have to look at the more adult-ish kind of properties that they have right now. And I think that's what they're going to do a big push on, trying to pop out to other folks. Because an Alien series, that would be dope.
Well, aren't they working on something Alien series?
Yeah, they're working on, I forgot where it was going to go. Wasn't it going to go to Hulu? I could look it up really quick.
Probably going to Hulu, yeah. But I mean, here's the
Switch that
interesting
up.
thing. This fits in with what Iger was talking about recently, because we were talking about this the other day, that Iger is mandating slowing the F down, right? This whole thing of 2021, 2022, where Marvel alone put out 17 projects, and Iger stepped in and said, we need to slow the F down. We need to slow this out, right? That might work into this where it's like, listen, all of our time, now that we're going to take our time and put more effort into our Marvel material, into our Pixar material, into our Star Wars material, maybe that takes properties that they have, like an Alien or a Predator or whatever, and other things like that, where they go, listen, we've got these incredibly valuable properties, but we don't have the bandwidth or the time to make these things. So instead of having them just sitting on a shelf, hey, Paramount or Peacock or HBO, if you want to pay us $150 million a year, whatever, to have the rights for 15 years to these things, to make and market and produce these content, you go ahead. Because we're not going to do anything with it right now. We are busy on this. I guess that would make sense. That would fit in. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Bob Iger is saying, okay, maybe not Marvel, maybe not Pixar, maybe not Star Wars, but we are opening to licensing out some of our stuff again. Do you think that's something that can work for them? What types of content and material do you think he could be talking about? Maybe an Indiana Jones, maybe Predator, Alien moving down the line, maybe original content that they've got that we've never even heard about. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. And there's no worries if you're not a pro in the kitchen. HelloFresh's foolproof recipes arrive pre-portioned and easy to prepare in just a few steps. You'll be feeling like Gordon frickin' Ramsay in no time. And guys, look, we're always looking for more ways to save money. HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. I've told you guys before, Ann and I love using HelloFresh. Not only is it really easy to put together fantastic looking and tasting meals, but it's also a lot of fun, and you get this really great sense of accomplishment when you're looking at this prepared dish that you've made with your own hands. So go to hellofresh.com/Campea50 and use the code Campea50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. That's hellofresh.com/Campea50 and using the promo code Campea50 for 50% off your first box ships free. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.